Listen carefully. Men are not simple creatures, but they are driven by one powerful force: respect and appreciation. If a man truly values you, he will go to great lengths for you. But here's the secret most women miss. It's not about nagging him, controlling him, or testing his limits. It's about making him feel that he is needed, valued, and respected. When you honor a man's efforts, acknowledge his intentions, and show genuine gratitude, he feels a bond that makes him want to protect you, provide for you, and take risks for your happiness. Men are wired to step up when they see a woman who inspires loyalty, trust, and admiration. Here's the truth. Men will risk their comfort, their time, and even their reputation for a woman who makes them feel like they are the hero in her life story. But if you belittle, doubt, or take him for granted, he will hesitate, retreat, and protect himself. Respect is everything. Listen, I need you to hear me on this, because so many women get this wrong, and it costs them the relationships they want. Men are not complicated. They are simple in ways that women often overlook. A man's willingness to risk everything for you doesn't come from how much you nag him or how much you demand his attention. It comes from how much respect you give him. When a man feels respected, he feels empowered. He feels seen. And when a man feels seen, he will go to great lengths to protect, provide for, and support the woman he values. Now, I know some women might be thinking, respect? I'm not talking to him like he's my servant. I treat him with kindness. That's good. But respect goes deeper than kindness. Respect is about valuing his time, his effort, and his intentions. It's about acknowledging the sacrifices he makes, even the small ones, without rolling your eyes or acting like it wasn't enough. Respect is recognizing that he is trying even when it doesn't look perfect to you. Men will risk their comfort and push themselves further for a woman who sees them not just who they are, but who they're trying to become. I've been in the game of relationships for a long time, and I've seen women push men away by failing to give them respect. They criticize the way he handles money, they argue about the little things, and they dismiss the effort he puts into the relationship. And you know what happens? That man starts to shut down. He starts to protect himself. He's no longer willing to risk his peace, his time, or his energy for a woman who doesn't respect him. But the opposite is just as powerful. A woman who respects her man, even when he makes mistakes, creates a space where he feels strong, capable, and willing to move mountains for her. Think about it like this. Men are hunters. They are protectors. They are providers by nature. And just like a hunter who sees value in the land he hunts, a man will invest in the woman who respects him. He will fight for her, sacrifice for her, and sometimes even take risks he wouldn't normally take because he feels appreciated and honored. That's what respect does. It turns a man from a passive participant in a relationship into a man who wants to fight for it, wants to invest in it, and wants to put everything on the line to keep it thriving. And don't confuse respect with fear or submission. Respect doesn't mean you let him walk over you. Respect doesn't mean you ignore your own worth. It means you recognize his worth too. You acknowledge his strengths, celebrate his victories, and offer patience when he struggles. You speak to him in ways that uplift and encourage rather than tear him down. Men can feel when a woman truly respects them. And when they feel it, they are more likely to take risks for her, risks they would never consider for someone who doubts or belittles them. Respect is the fuel that drives a man's heart and courage. It's the silent signal that says, I see you, I value you, I trust you. And when a man hears that through your words, your actions, and your attitude, he will move mountains. He will step out of his comfort zone. He will fight for your love, your happiness, and your dreams because he knows he has your belief behind him. You see, respect is not just a word, it's a force. It shapes men, inspires them, and compels them to risk everything for the woman who gives it freely and consistently. Appreciation fuels loyalty, and I mean that in every sense of the word. Let me tell you something. Too many women underestimate the power of simply recognizing what a man does. They expect him to be there, to provide, to protect, to love, and somehow feel like it's automatic, but it's not automatic. Men notice when they are undervalued, when their effort goes unseen, and when their hard work is taken for granted. And when that happens, they begin to withdraw. They stop putting themselves on the line. They stop taking risk because they feel like, why bother? But when you show genuine appreciation, it lights a fire in a man that nothing else can. Appreciation is not about throwing compliments every 5 minutes or giving empty praise just to make him feel good. Real appreciation is recognizing the effort behind the action. It's noticing when he sacrifices his time to spend with you, when he works late to provide for the family, when he makes a small gesture that shows he cares. Men pay attention to those things, even if they don't always say it out loud. When you acknowledge him, not just for what he does, but for who he is, it creates a bond that makes him want to be even better. Appreciation fuels loyalty because it shows him that his hard work matters, that it's not going unnoticed, and that it's making a difference in your life. I've seen it time and time again. Men who are deeply in love and willing to risk everything for the woman they care about will pull back when they feel unappreciated. They start measuring how much they're giving and questioning if it's worth it. But the woman who takes the time to say, thank you, or I see what you're doing and I appreciate it, suddenly ignites a level of loyalty that is almost unmatched. When a man feels appreciated, he doesn't just stick around, he invests more. He steps up in ways he never thought he would. He starts taking risks to provide for her happiness, to protect her, and to create a future that he can be proud of because he knows his efforts are valued. And let me be clear, appreciation doesn't just mean material things. It doesn't mean you have to lavish gifts or praise only when he buys something. True appreciation is about acknowledging the little things, the consistent acts that show love and dedication. It's about noticing the way he listens when you talk, the way he tries to make your life easier, or the sacrifices he makes quietly without being asked. That's what builds loyalty. That's what makes a man want to go above and beyond. Think about it like this. A man wants to feel like his actions matter. He wants to feel like he is making a difference in your life. When you show appreciation, it reinforces that belief. It strengthens his commitment. It deepens his love, and it makes him willing to take risks he might otherwise shy away from. Appreciation is a magnet for loyalty, a bridge that connects his heart to yours, and a fuel that keeps his desire to fight for the relationship burning strong. Every woman who wants a man to risk everything for her has to understand this simple truth. Recognize him, value him, and show him that you see all the effort he puts into your life. When you do, you create a bond that is unshakable, a bond where he is willing to give his all, not because you demand it, but because he feels respected, needed, and appreciated. Appreciation isn't just polite, it's powerful. And when you master it, loyalty follows, risk follows, and love deepens in ways you never imagined. Encouraging and uplifting a man is one of the most powerful things a woman can do. And yet, so many women miss it completely. You see, men are fighters by nature. They have dreams, goals, and ambitions that drive them, but sometimes they face doubts, setbacks, and moments where they question themselves. And in those moments, the woman by his side becomes either his biggest motivator or his greatest discouragement. When you choose to encourage him, when you lift him up instead of tearing him down, you give him a reason to push forward, a reason to take risks, and a reason to fight harder for you and for his dreams. Encouragement doesn't mean blindly agreeing with everything he says or letting him make mistakes without guidance. True encouragement means seeing his potential and letting him know you believe in him. It means recognizing his efforts, celebrating his wins, and giving him confidence when he feels unsure. When a man feels that his woman genuinely believes in him, he becomes unstoppable. He will step out of his comfort zone, take chances he might normally avoid, and put everything on the line because he knows he has someone rooting for him, someone who sees the hero inside him before he even sees it himself. I've watched women hold men back without even realizing it. They focus on what's wrong, what hasn't been done, or what could go wrong in the future. They question his decisions instead of encouraging him to make them, and that's a problem. Men may love a woman, but they will not risk everything for a woman who constantly doubts them or puts them down. But when a woman encourages him, even in small ways, it lights a fire inside him. It reminds him that he is capable, that he is strong, and that his efforts matter. It gives him courage to take risks, not for himself alone, but for the relationship and the woman who believes in him. Encouragement also shows a man that he is supported. Life is not easy. There are bills, responsibilities, and pressures from every direction. Men carry a heavy load, and when they feel like the woman they love is lifting them up rather than adding to the weight, it inspires loyalty and determination. A man will move mountains for a woman who uplifts him, who stands by him, and who helps him believe in himself when the world tells him he can't. Encouragement fuels courage. Encouragement fuels action. Encouragement fuels a willingness to risk, to fight, and to give everything for someone he truly cares about. And let's not forget the small acts of encouragement. It can be as simple as saying, "I'm proud of you," or "I know you can do this." It can be supporting him when he tries something new, showing excitement for his ideas, or just listening when he talks about his goals. Those small moments accumulate into a deep well of confidence and motivation. When a man knows his woman is in his corner, cheering him on, he feels invincible. He will take risks, make sacrifices, and go to lengths he would never consider if he felt alone or unsupported. Women often ask why men stop trying or why they hesitate to fully commit. More often than not, it's because they are not encouraged. They feel judged, doubted, or undervalued. But when you choose to be a woman who uplifts, who encourages, who believes in a man's potential, you awaken a side of him that is willing to risk everything for you. You show him that he is capable of great things, and in return, he will step up, fight for your love, and move mountains to make you happy. Encouragement is not just words. It's a powerful tool that transforms a man's heart and inspires him to action. Trust is the foundation of everything a man will do for a woman. If you want a man to risk everything for you, you have to understand this. A man cannot be brave, bold, or vulnerable unless he knows he is trusted. Trust is what gives him the courage to take chances, to step out of his comfort zone, and to invest fully in a relationship. Without trust, he will hold back, he will protect himself, and he will avoid the risks that love and commitment demand. But when a woman trusts a man, truly trusts him, he feels empowered to give his all, not because he has to, but because he wants to. Now, I know some women are thinking, How do I trust him when I've been hurt before? Listen to me. Trust is a choice you make, not just a feeling. You don't have to blindly believe that he will never fail, but you do have to choose to see the good in him, to believe in his intentions, and to give him the space to prove himself. Men are sensitive to doubt. They can feel it in your tone, in your eyes, and in your actions. When a man senses suspicion or mistrust, it creates walls. He will hold back because he doesn't want to risk your disapproval or disappointment. But when a woman trusts him, it gives him freedom. It gives him courage. It shows him that you believe he is capable, responsible, and honorable. And that belief can make him rise to challenges he never thought he could face. Trust is also about allowing a man to handle responsibilities, to make decisions, and to step into his role as a provider, protector, and partner. When you second guess every move he makes or question his choices constantly, you strip him of his confidence and limit his willingness to take risks. A man who feels trusted will take bold actions not only in a relationship, but in life itself. He will chase dreams, overcome obstacles, and confront challenges because he knows he has a woman who believes in him, who believes he is capable of making the right decisions, and who will stand beside him rather than against him. I've seen countless women unknowingly suffocate the men they love. They question, doubt, and hover, thinking they are protecting themselves or the relationship. But what they are really doing is killing courage. Men need trust like air to breathe. They need it to feel safe enough to step out on the limb, to make sacrifices, to take risks that could change their lives and your lives together. Trust is not weakness. It is power. It is permission. It tells a man, I believe in you. I believe that you can do this. I believe that you will honor us. And when a man hears that through your words, your actions, and your confidence in him, he will do things he never imagined possible. Trust builds courage in small ways and big ways. It can be as simple as believing him when he says he's working hard to provide for you. It can be as complex as giving him space to make a major life decision without interference. Every act of trust reinforces the bond between you and gives him confidence to act boldly, take risks, and even make sacrifices that he might otherwise avoid. A man who feels trusted is a man who feels strong. He is a man who is willing to go to the ends of the earth for the woman who believes in him. If you want a man to risk everything for you, start by trusting him. Trust builds courage. Courage inspires action, and action leads to the willingness to take risks for love, commitment, and partnership. Without trust, fear rules. With trust, mountains are moved, dreams are chased, and a man becomes unstoppable for the woman who believes in him. Being a partner instead of a critic is one of the most powerful ways to inspire a man to risk everything for you, and yet so many women get this wrong. A man does not want a constant evaluator by his side, someone who points out every flaw, every mistake, or every decision he could have done differently. That does nothing but push him away. But when a woman steps into the role of a partner, someone who supports, collaborates, and stands beside him, it transforms him. It motivates him. It gives him the confidence to take risk and fully invest in a relationship. A true partner doesn't tear down. She builds up. She encourages. She advises when necessary. But most importantly, she uplifts. Men are wired to provide, to protect, and to solve problems. But when a man feels judged constantly, he starts to retreat. He becomes cautious, hesitant, and unwilling to put himself on the line. Criticism kills initiative. Criticism kills risk-taking. And if a woman wants a man to go the extra mile, to step out of his comfort zone, and to give his all, she must stop being the critic and become his partner. Being a partner means seeing him as an equal, valuing his opinions, and working together to overcome challenges instead of tearing him down for perceived failures. I've seen it too many times. Women get frustrated when men don't act the way they expect or when they don't live up to a particular standard. And instead of offering support, they offer criticism. They focus on what's wrong rather than what's right. And the man begins to shrink. He stops taking risks. He starts protecting himself from the judgment rather than stepping into the challenges of life and love. But the woman who steps in as a true partner, who recognizes the man's strengths and who helps him work through weaknesses without belittling him, creates a completely different dynamic. That man is willing to go to the ends of the earth because he knows he has someone in his corner, someone who believes in him, someone who will walk with him through struggles instead of standing on the sidelines pointing out his faults. Being a partner doesn't mean ignoring issues or avoiding conflict. It means addressing problems with love, respect, and collaboration. It means asking, how can we solve this together? Rather than saying, you did this wrong. Partnership encourages action, growth, and risk-taking, whereas criticism breeds fear, hesitation, and retreat. When a man feels like he has a true partner, he takes bold steps because he knows he has someone who has his back. He feels safe enough to try new things, to make sacrifices, and to take risks. He would never consider if he feared judgment. A man will risk everything for a woman who treats him as a partner because partnership builds trust, loyalty, and courage. It tells him that she respects his efforts, values his decisions, and believes in his abilities. That belief gives him the confidence to act boldly, to provide for her, and to protect her. Being a partner transforms the relationship from a place of tension and criticism into a space of support, encouragement, and teamwork. And in that space, a man will naturally want to give his all, take risks, and move mountains for the woman he loves. Women who want a man to commit fully, to take chances, and to give everything they have must step into partnership. Stop criticizing. Stop focusing on flaws. Start building together. Help him grow. Celebrate his successes. Offer guidance when needed. Encourage, support, and walk beside him through challenges. That is what inspires a man to risk everything for love, for partnership, and for a future you both can be proud of. When you become his partner, you unlock a level of loyalty, courage, and dedication that criticism could never create.